In the Cold War, the threat of nuclear annihilation loomed. As tensions rose, the Soviet Union grappled with an espionage nightmare jeopardizing the atomic race. American spy planes, flying at extreme altitudes, unveiled nuclear secrets, capturing images of hidden silos, even in Siberia's remote frozen landscapes. American pilots discovered a pattern. Seemingly aimless railroads and desolate roads led to Soviet nuclear facilities. Pressed for time, the Soviets sought a covert way to transport 25-ton nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles across vast landscapes, leaving no trace for their American adversaries to follow. Enter the Mi-12, a spectacular fusion of airliner size and airlift helicopter versatility. Unveiled in 1971 at the Paris Air Convention, it shocked the world with its unprecedented design. In the aftermath of World War II, the importance of air superiority on the battlefield became evident. The U.S. strategists were alarmed, scrambling to decipher the purpose of this staggering war machine. Hey everyone, before we get started, we at General Furrington have noticed that 90% of you are not subscribed. If you like the content and would like to see this channel grow, please subscribe. We would really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Let's get back to the video about this intriguing aircraft. Advanced combat helicopters became the US's global operational backbone. Yet, for the Soviet Union, they were more than military hardware. They were a lifeline. Across vast territories, helicopters were the threads that bound the USSR together, essential for unification. Helicopters, surpassing global standards, transformed once unreachable USSR territories into opportunities for nation-building. Beyond transport, they conquered the limits of remote lands, showcasing Soviet prowess by the 1960s. Amid escalating Cold War tensions, the threat of discovery by American spy planes elevated Soviet missions from technical proficiency to existential significance. With eyes in the sky, American intelligence pinpointed once concealed Soviet intercontinental ballistic missile locations. To stay covert, the Soviets concealed launch sites within nature's sanctuary. Using railways to transport massive first-generation nuclear missiles, inadvertently created trails leading the U.S. to their secrets. Recognizing this vulnerability, the Soviets understood the need to innovate or face exposure. They devised an audacious plan, airlifting colossal weapons using helicopters for unpredictable, nearly invisible locations. The challenge? The strongest helicopter then couldn't handle half the weight of a 25-ton ballistic missile. Crafting the world's largest and most powerful airlift helicopter on a budget was the challenge. Soviet engineers, experienced in helicopter design, boasted a legacy, with the Mi-6 as their crown jewel. Embarking on this uncharted challenge, they leveraged the Mi-6 as their foundation. The initial blueprint was clear. Scale up the already monumental Mi-6, then the world's fastest helicopter with formidable lift capacity. Their vision? Amplify its stature and add a second rotor engine in the rear, creating a giant tandem configuration helicopter reminiscent of the Boeing CH-47 Chinook. Turning their vision into reality became an uphill battle. Prototypes suffered calamitous design flaws. The rear rotor engine ingesting exhaust from the forward engine resulted in dismal performance and complications. Faced with the tandem layout dilemma, the Moscow helicopter plant innovators took a radical pivot, opting for financial prudence over crafting a completely new aircraft. Opting for efficiency, they repurposed the Mi-6's transmission systems and rotors, marrying them to a colossal airliner-like fuselage. However, a twist emerged. The Mi-6 rotors adorned the ends of about 100-foot inversely tapered wings, unveiling an ambitious transverse system configuration, diverging from conventional airliner wings. Unconventional, yet not entirely new, the design echoed early helicopter blueprints seen in crafts like the Focke-Wulf FW-61, Fokke-Achilles FA-223 Drach and Kamov Ka-22 Winterkrill convertiplane, captivating hybrids of planes and rotorcrafts. As the Soviet Union tackled their airlift challenge, this transverse system configuration emerged as their best bet to create the world's largest helicopter. Making it a reality, the heart of Pankey saw the birth of a pioneering prototype in 1965. The journey wasn't straightforward. It involved exhaustive trials of test rigs, intricate mock-ups, and a sophisticated transmission system. Every fragment of this colossal machine required an independent prototype, rigorously tested for perfection. While the airframe had familiar echoes, its construction was extraordinary. A tensioned skin formed the foundation, and high-strength elements were artfully sculpted from monolithic metal blocks. Within this expansive fuselage hid a staggering 28-foot cabin. Measuring 15 meters in length, 4.4 meters in width, and 4.4 meters in height, the cabin featured a front compartment cradling the captain's deck for the pilot, co-pilot, and engineers. The rear showcased clamshell doors, unfurling to reveal a meticulously angled cargo ramp with integrated, retractable supports. Fuselage doors streamlined access to the behemoth's belly. An imposing fin and rudder dominated the skyline, complemented by an elegantly proportioned dihedral tailplane. Sturdy paired wheels, intricately connected to the fuselage via robust struts, held this titan aloft, fortifying the rotor systems and wings. Bumper wheels and support pads aligned the cargo ramp precisely. State-of-the-art electric hoists, gliding along beams or working seamlessly with a forklift, facilitated cargo maneuvering. At the aircraft's main body, the wings command attention. Crafted with an inverse taper, a design reducing drag and maximizing lift, they host primary rotors with an impressive 35-meter span each. Perfectly synchronized, the rotors operate through interconnecting shafts, spinning in opposite directions, the port rotor counterclockwise, the starboard clockwise. This counter-rotation ensures a stable flight without a tail rotor. Twin Soloviev D-25VF turboshaft engines power the largest helicopter in human history. Generating a combined 28,600 horsepower, these engines outclass many helicopters. For context, the Sikorsky CH-53E Super Stallion, robust in its own right, produces approximately 13,650 horsepower from 3 engines. Thoughtful design incorporates expansive access panels, doubling as service crew platforms. The V-12's landing gear was intriguing, diverging from conventional helicopter designs. Its underbelly boasted a twin-wheeled nose unit and 5 primary landing gears, each with 4 wheels, resembling a heavy cargo plane system. Piloting this aerial marvel was a complex and demanding endeavor. The flight deck, with an expansive view, housed the pilot and co-pilot. Steering the V-12 required nuanced control, demanding extensive training. Pilot input triggered a cascading response, starting with direct mechanical actions, transitioning through an intermediate system with low-powered hydraulic boosters, and culminating near the main gearboxes with high-powered actuators. Given the aircraft's immense size, structural flexibility, and substantial frictional forces, the sequential control system was crucial. In 1968, with the completion of the original prototype, the main program obstacle was developing optimal training protocols for aspiring pilots to comprehend the unique and intricate systems within the massive helicopter. Despite intricate controls, the Mi-12 prototype surpassed expectations, effortlessly achieving its envisioned cargo capacity of over 25 tons. It swiftly secured 8 world records recognized by the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale. Scaling diverse altitudes with escalating cargo weights, the helicopter achieved unparalleled success. 3 records from its impressive feat in May to June 1971 during a riveting European tour remain undefeated. The pinnacle was its grand appearance at the 29th Paris Air Show at Le Bourget, adorned with the exhibit code 833. The world was stunned by its staggering dimensions, declaring unequivocally that the Soviet Union had created the largest helicopter. To truly appreciate the V-12's size, witness the twin rotor's remarkable 114 feet 10 inches diameter, surpassing even the wingspan of the well-known Boeing 737 in commercial aviation. With a maximum takeoff weight of around 231,485 pounds, the V-12 rivals a Boeing 757, a full-sized commercial jetliner. Although slightly shorter than an Airbus A320 at about 121 feet 5 inches, its interior exudes sheer enormity. The spacious cabin can house a missile system or 2 full-sized buses, showcasing its potential as a heavy-lift vehicle. The Soviets achieved the seemingly impossible, solving their nuclear delivery dilemma. The genesis of the world's largest helicopter aimed to outsmart American reconnaissance planes, preventing the detection of Soviet Union's hidden nuclear silos. However, when the helicopter was ready for action, its foundational purpose had vanished. In 1959, the Americans launched their first spy satellite, a technological leap that allowed it to capture more images of Soviet territories in a day than all preceding spy plane missions combined. This posed a significant challenge for the Soviets in concealing their intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. In the 1970s, the Soviets introduced a new type of ICBMs, compact and truck-mounted, eluding overhead surveillance. In this context, the V-12, despite its awe-inspiring dimensions and capabilities, began to seem superfluous. Designed for a specific purpose, the behemoth's utility beyond that niche was questionable. A single helicopter capable of transporting 44 tons of cargo or 200 passengers wasn't often needed. By 1974, the curtain fell on the V-12's journey. While American intelligence debated its possible ramifications, technical issues and only 2 prototypes led to the project's shelving. The Soviets shifted focus to conceive a new heavy-lift helicopter, opting for a more traditional single-rotor design. Today, on General Furrington, we delved into the fascinating tale of the Soviet Union's colossal V-12 helicopter, the world's largest and most ambitious airborne marvel. From its inception driven by Cold War espionage to its ultimate grounding in the face of evolving military technology, the V-12's story is one of innovation, complexity, and changing times. If you enjoyed this deep dive into aviation history, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more captivating content. And remember, the skies are vast, and so is the world of General Furrington. Until next time, keep soaring through the realms of knowledge and discovery.